State Minister of Water Supply Sanath Nishantha and his personal security officer Police Constable J.A.A. Jayakodi passed away this morning in a fatal accident along the Colombo-Katunayaka Expressway. The late State Minister's driver is currently receiving treatment at the Ragama Hospital. The accident occurred at about 2 a.m. today at the 11th kilometer post along the Katunayaka Expressway. The jeep that Sanath Nishantha was travelling in had collided with a container that was driving along the same route. According to the police, after colliding with the container, the jeep had gone on to hit the protective railings along the expressway. At the time of the accident, the State Minister was seated in the front passenger seat of the vehicle, while his personal security officer was seated in the back seat. The massive damage caused to the jeep in the accident made it difficult for first responders to remove Sanath Nishantha from the vehicle. Sanath Nishantha, his personal security officer and the driver of the jeep were then admitted to the Ragama hospital. However, Sanath Nishantha and his personal security officer had already succumbed to their injuries. Police suspect that the accident was a result of the driver falling asleep on the wheel. The driver of the container had been arrested and investigations into the cause of the accident are ongoing. State Minister Sanath Nishantha, who participated in the debate and vote held in Parliament, had then attended two weddings held in Kurunegala and Chilau. The accident occurred while he was on his way back to Colombo after attending those events. Upon being informed of the accident, family members and relatives of Sanath Nishantha and members of the Sri Lanka Pudujana Peramuna rushed to the Ragama hospital.
Sanath Nishantha කියන්නේ එතුමාට දවස්
Sanath Nishantha is a person who works day and night. He works day and night for the people. The constituents of his district love him very much. He is a man who worked for his constituents.
එතුමාද මිනිස්සුන්ට හරියට වැඩ කරපු කෙනෙක්. හිටපු ජනාධිපතිතුමාට
He was a person who was loyal to the former president. He gave our party a lot of strength.
බොහොම ලොකු හයියක්.
තමන්ගේ හඬ
I see him as a politician who had a backbone and a personality to present his opinion without any fear.
සභාලඥයෙක් විදිහට තමයි මම දකින්නේ.
Sanath Nishantha ගරු ඇමතුමා ඉතාම සුන්දර හිතවඳ මනුස්ස.
Honorable Minister Sanath Nishantha was a man with a good heart. The image that some people have of him is quite different to the real Sanath Nishantha. He is a person who was close to the people. He was unreservedly committed to his political movement. He was a valuable political figure.
වෙච්ච තාම වටිනා දේශපාලන චරිතයක්.
යම් කෙනෙක් එක්ක පස්
If he created an issue with someone, that too was done to give the people of Puttalam something. Sanath Nishantha filled the void created by DM Dasanayaka in the Puttalam district. We are deeply saddened by this.
අපි දැඩි ලෙස කනගාටු වෙනවා.
Wattala Chief Magistrate Dhammika Uduvevithana conducted the magisterial inquest at the Ragama Hospital this morning. The remains of the State Minister were later moved to a private funeral parlour in Colombo. Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe visited the Colombo residence of late Sanath Nishantha and conveyed his sympathies to the family of the late State Minister. Leader of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Mahinda Rajapaksa also visited the residence of Sanath Nishantha this morning. He is a minister who came forward and worked well in his district. I see his demise as a great loss for the party, the country and the entire nation. After being informed of the demise of Sanath Nishantha, many of his friends, relatives and supporters gathered at his residence in Arachikattua, Puttalam. Sanath Nishantha, who was born on the 3rd of May 1975, was a past pupil of the Chillau St. Mary Boys' School. He contested for the Arachikattua Pradeshia Sabha under the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and was elected into office. He then contested for the Northwestern Provincial Council election in 2004 and was elected to office. He held various provincial ministerial portfolios until he contested for the general election in 2015. He contested the general election in 2015 under the ticket of the United People's Freedom Alliance and entered parliament having secured the highest number of preferential votes in the Puttalam district. He contested for the general election again after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa took office as president and secured the highest number of votes in his district. He served in the cabinet of Gotabaya Rajapaksa in the capacity of State Minister of Fisheries. At the time of his death, he held the portfolio of State Minister of Water Supply. Police Constable J.A.A. Jayakodi, who also passed away in the accident that occurred this morning, was a resident of Galagidara. His remains are due to be brought to his residence tonight.